Jay, you ready?
Yep. Let's call the March 16th, 2021 Lincoln Way Special Recreation Association Board of Directors regular board meeting to order. We'll stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Mary, can we have a roll call, please?
Sure. Greg Lewis,
Here.
Audrey,
Here.
Barb, absent. Greg Vitale,
Here.
Gina, absent. Did you say Stacy was gonna?
Yeah, Stacy was supposed to come for Gina.
Okay. Jay,
Here.
Kristen?
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay, do we have any speakers that visitors that would like to speak today?
Belinda is the only one on, and she doesn't have anything. I see her shaking her head.
Okay, good morning, Belinda. All right, let's move on to can I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report, please?
I'll make that motion. Greg Lewis?
Second, Audrey.
Any questions or comments regarding the treasurer's report? Okay, hearing none, can I get a roll call, please?
Sure. Audrey,
Yes.
Greg Vitale,
Oh, sorry. Here, yes. Wrong button.
Jay,
Yes.
Kristen,
Yes.
Greg Lewis.
Yes.
Motion passed.
All right, payment of bills. Can we have a motion for the approval of accounts payable in the amount of $107,545.76, which may include lodging and travel expenses?
I can make the motion. Greg Vitale?
Second, Greg Lewis?
Any comments or questions?
I just wanted to make a note that we made our final playground payment to New Lenox, so we're excited about that. So that's why some of this you see will be a little bit higher than normal this month. So we're really excited that that's all off our books.
Okay, any other questions or comments? Mary, may we have a roll call, please?
Okay. Greg Vitale,
Here.
was that just a present or a yes?
I'm sorry, yes.
Okay, thank you.
Rough morning.
Jay,
Yes.
Kristen,
Yes.
Greg Lewis,
Yes.
and Audrey.
Yes.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Keith, are there any special guests today?
None.
Any communications?
Nope.
All right, moving on to the consent agenda. May I have a motion for the approval of the regular meeting minutes of February 16th, 2021?
I'll make that motion, Audrey.
I'll second it. Greg Vitale.
Any questions or comments regarding the minutes? Okay,
Kristen,
Yes.
Greg Lewis,
Yes.
Audrey,
Yes.
Greg Vitale,
Yes.
and Jay.
yes.
Motion passed.
Okay, moving on to staff and committee reports. Keith, you're up.
Yeah, so for our staffing, we're excited that we're ready to start exploring bringing some of our part-time staff back. We really want to, our full-time staff have doing a tremendous job of keeping the programs going, but at some point we're going to need some help. So we're exploring that and getting that ready to go. Melissa's working on Melissa and Tammy's working on putting together training. So we have a lot of staff because it's been a year that have to get back in a lot of training and stuff we need to do before we move forward to bringing those guys back. We will start slow. We're going to we're going to try to do 2 program specialists, which we're really looking for 2 part-time people to that have degrees in therapeutic recreation to kind of be our leaders of our programs and implement that so they can do them at a higher level. So we're really excited about bringing some of those individuals back. The donations, fundraising, outreach, and grants. The New Year's raffle ended. We made about $650. We feel that people probably were a little sick of us doing raffles and things like that, but nevertheless, we did raise $650, which was exciting. And we also had some people doing. A lady wanted to do a pamper chef for us. We got about $40. With that, we decided to create a yearly fundraising calendar so we can kind of not deter people from these things, but they just, when we're already doing a load of fundraising, somebody coming in, it kind of takes away our social media presence and it kind of filters it in. For $40, I don't know if I think it's worth it if we're getting new participants or individuals out of it, but really $40 is not something that we really want to continue to doing. So, I mean, the lady gave us, I think it was 10% of the proceeds. So I think we're going to put in, if you're not giving at least 20 to 25% of the proceeds from these, then we're going to have to take a pass. But we're getting them up the wazoo. Mary Kay, there's a whole bunch of them out there that people are just trying to do for us, which we appreciate, but we just really can't continue to promote them while we're promoting our own stuff because it just really it really takes away from the things that we're doing, and we're always looking for money. So we did create a calendar. I put that in there, the calendar of the month of the things that we will be doing, and you guys can kind of see how we are doing things, and we're not turning people away, and we want them to share the love for us, but it's really rough when we're trying to promote our stuff and the foundation stuff on our social media. Grants submitted this month. One of our program specialists submitted a Christopher and Dana Reeves technology grant. They have a grant that we're trying to get some additional smart TVs and some things for an esports league. So we usually use the Christopher and Dana Reeves Foundation for equipment and supplies and stuff like that. We haven't gotten one in a long time, but we're hopefully that this is something that they'll award and we can get an esports league, and Mac is working on that really, really tough. And then Angelo here is working on some grants for our shade structure. So we hopefully will get that out by the end of this week for some of the people that have have given grants before. So we're excited to have that, and that list will grow twofold. We'll be kicking off our Parent Supported Challenge. It's in March this time. We just we renamed it the Hawk Effect. Tom has really worked hard on getting a fundraising site for us, because if you really remember, at the end of last year, we spent a substantial amount of time trying to figure out who was giving donations and writing letters and all this. But we got a company called Kindful, and we can itemize. Well, once you go in, you can itemize, and you can put a drop down box, and you put our code in there, and the donation and everything will go seamlessly. The letter's already written, and your taxes, it'll give you an account, so you can just go to your taxes. So everything is going to be perfect. And we think this site is going to work, save us a lot of time and help us out. But it's called Kindful. And with all of the different fundraising departments that we have, we feel that it'll really be able to itemize those different lists and do what we need it to do. So, and we're kicking that off with the Hawk effect as well. So that is going to be great. So if you need more information on that, I can do that offline.
Well, Keith,
yeah.
on that topic, will there be a summary or a report that's put in front of the board on either a quarterly or annual or semi-annual basis, or?
We could do, yeah, we pretty much can do that. We can print that. We can do it monthly on the donations that's coming in from each department, because it's so much nicer than what we have now that that we could do it. We could do it quarterly. I could do a monthly report on it, and I can just add it right in here to show you what came in, the individuals that's donating. It actually has links to like all of the grants that we're going for. If they're involved in the major grants, then I mean, if they're a major grant and they're connected with Kindful, it'll show up there as well. So we have a lot of like Network for Good. People do their birthday fundraisers. A lot of that stuff we're doing the behind the scenes, trying to find out who it is, but if it connects with this site, then it'll be easier for us to track who that person is that's giving and all of that. So we're hopefully we're hopefully that it all works out well, but we can definitely do a monthly report and put that in the report for each month.
Yeah, I don't know if it has to be monthly, but whatever you guys decide is fine. I just would
Okay.
like something at some point during the course of the year.
All right, sounds good. Where was I? Foundation. The bunny baskets kits they're doing really well. Last I checked, I did this about a week ago. We were up to about $14,000 in sponsorship and kits sold. That's not including the supplies that we use, but right now 14,000 in sales is pretty darn good for the bunny baskets and activity kits. So they continue to hump. We have a couple weeks left to sell. We have about 200 kits left, right, Melissa? 200 kits left to sell. So, and if they're 25 each, so they'll do pretty well for this year. So pretty good. They're also working out on the foundation, also working on a foundation golf committee, and we're working on getting that save the date out. But in that whole thing of the Kindful, we'll try to put all of that in there, so we capture our sponsorships and everything. So we're working on that too. The auditors are scheduled out for this week. A lot of it is going to be through the computer. So we're waiting. They probably be on site at the end of the week if they need us. But we have a portal that we've been able to load. Maria and I have been able to load all of our information in. So I would say we're probably 95% done with everything we need to load. So it's going to go well. So February 17th, Melissa and I met with District 843 to discuss summer programs and offering. So a lot of schools, I don't know if we're a political topic right now, but a lot of schools are adding our name to a lot of their stuff. So a lot of people are calling us, trying to figure out how we can work with the schools and do things. So we are evaluating those things, but at the bottom line, they have to be able to follow our guidelines and what we want to do moving forward. And we're willing to work with them, but it's some of the stuff that we may not be able to work with, but we're trying to work with them. So, Melissa, you want to share anything about that meeting, or not really? I can't hear you.
Oh, is my mic out?
Oh,
Or can you
Oh,
hear me now?
you're good now.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my mic goes out now and then. I think it's the same computer Keith has. So I said nothing really to add. I think you covered that pretty well.
Okay. On February 22nd, we met with the parent committee to review the SWOT analysis. They had a lot of interesting ideas. We listened. We shared what some of the things that came up in the SWOT analysis. but everything is good. We're going to start working on our strategic plan from that SWOT analysis based on the last one and roll that out relatively soon. On March 1st, Melissa and I met with Helping Hands to discuss programming for teens. They'll probably want to rent our facility. That's the consensus that we had, and the easiest way. They wanted to work on a partnership with us, but I think renting to provide some programming for teens, and they wanted mostly life skills training. So that's something that we don't focus on. We focus on recreation. So we said we can pair it up with something that, you know, maybe get some people here, but if you want to rent it for life skills training, you're more than welcome. And then on March 5th, Melissa and I attended the legislative breakfast. It was a huge success. We were able to use our talents to create a video for the legislators. I put a link for that in there. If you haven't seen it, the video is pretty good, and it really gives the impact of the South suburbs. Mostly everybody here watched it, but it was a good video. I think it was good because I made it, but Greg and a lot of other people have told me it was really nice. So I'm glad we were able to do that, and Tom assisted some as well. So he's been really busy. So I took on that challenge myself, and I was at 3 a.m. I was like punching myself in the face a little bit for taking on it, but it came out well. And on March 5th, we also met with the SRA directors. We talked about vaccinations, SRA reopening plans, transportation when we come back, and local tournament offerings, and what special projects that they're doing. So we've been very busy on all fronts, trying to stay relative and make things happen. But that's pretty much my report. Any questions?
Any questions for Keith?
I just do. Hey, Keith, regarding the SWOT analysis, I know that the board, I assume most board members contributed to that, and then the parents. Any other groups that you've worked with for the SWOT analysis?
We did
Who must have seen that?
we did the foundation, we did the board, we did staff, and then we did a select parent group. So that kind of rounded us off. Our staff, each program area had at least 2 people from their program area that was represented in that parent group. So we tried to get a broad range of everything that we needed for that SWOT analysis. And it was pretty consistent to the things that we did in 2018 to 2022. So, you know, people, growth, you know, we want growth, we want more funding, we want, you know, a swimming pool with a swimming pool with an ice rink. And, you know, so it was just the same kind of things that were coming up. So we're going to take the old strategic plan and just really plug in the things that we thought that was important for this coming years, and then just kind of continue forward what we're doing. You know, one thing that came out of it was we have a lot of communication tools. Like each one of our staff, one uses Band, one uses, what else do we have out there? We have Band,
Teams. Remind and Teams.
Remind. We use everything you probably could find for each group because everybody's different. But we really want to hone that down to having one communication tool that when something happens, we can all know how to, you know, use it. So so that was one of the big things that came out. And then everybody's really want to know about, you know, where we're going with our day program, where are we going with just different programs that since COVID. So, but yeah, I think that's kind of the direction we took.
Thank you.
Melissa, you want to add anything on that one? Yeah, okay. She shook her head. So that was it. All right, Marie, you're up.
Okay, great. So February was a little bit of a light month from a donation and fundraising standpoint, it looks like, but so we had 264 received from the Lincoln Way Area Business Women's Organization and 987 from the New Year's raffle. So we did, together with the January receipts, totaled about 3,500 from the New Year's raffle. And after the prizes, like he said, it was about 650. There was a lot of activity relating to the Valentine's kits, but we sold out in January. So none of those funds came into February. The bunny kits, like he said, are also selling really well, but those funds are going to the foundation directly. So the Park District invoices for the third and final payment, we just got the last one yesterday. So thank you all very much. And so we're good on that. We're still awaiting word on the PPP loan of the 252,000 being converted to a grant and possibly more as well. And so we still haven't gotten an invoice from the Lao accounting firm. The last estimate we had was 2,500. As Keith said, we're working this week. The auditors we thought would be on site, but they decided to look at what we had submitted on their site and work remotely as much as they could and then come out. We're expecting probably towards the end of this week. We finalized the positive pay file testing with Old Plank Trail Bank. They've been great to work with. And we received training and access to the online security. It was like we broke into Fort Knox because they have multiple levels of security, but we were happy with that. So we're working on finalizing the transition to them in the coming weeks. We did get Jay put on the Old Plank Trail accounts and Renee off. So that is really my report for this month. Does anyone have any questions? Okay, thank you. I think, Melissa, are you up?
Facility form.
Can you
Oh.
guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I know my mic keeps going in and out, so I apologize for that.
Was there
All right.
someone who said moving forward?
What did you say, Marie? I'm sorry.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. So facility foreman reports. I know Fox Valley Fire and Safety did come out and they did change some fire codes this time. So it's a little bit more work. And we actually had to get a scissor lift to come up and test the ones in the gym. So that will be something to plan for now in the future. Bathrooms are almost complete. John and Ethan did an excellent job on those. They look really good. So next time you guys are in, feel free to stop in and see that. Also, we have some good news. Sherwin-Williams is actually going to come in, providing material and labor to paint our 3 classrooms and a portion of our lobby. It's a part of their giving back to the community project. So that is awesome that John got that set up. He also, for parking lot, reviewed a bunch of bids, and we have decided to go with Rhino seal coating for that. So that will hopefully happen in April. Support services supervisor, spring brochure was completed. This is the last time we're going to do such a short brochure. Come the summer, we'll have a 14-week brochure coming out. So that's pretty much close to normal, which is really exciting for our team because we've been doing, 6-week, 8-week here, and it's a lot of turnaround for our staff. Website and technology, Be Practical Solutions came out in February to hook up all of our new network equipment. Thanks to John and Tom, they saved a bunch of labor costs in doing some of the stuff that they could do on their own before Be Practical Solutions had to come in. So we appreciate that. Rentals started with one-on-one lessons and a couple people in our century room, and now we have some football teams scheduled and some other sport teams. So it's nice to see the building being used again. And on Freedom FOIA requests in general, we are up to date as of February 28th. For my report, Keith already kind of covered it, but we are looking for 2 part-time program specialists to help lead programs and assist in some inclusion needs. We also sent out a return to work questionnaire to gauge if some of our staff are coming back or if they've found other work by this time, since it's been pretty much a year to this date since we have seen a lot of our staff. Safety, we keep meeting and keep coming up with solutions to those ever-changing guidelines. Inclusion, I am trying to get out to everybody who needs assistance and do observations and schedule myself there when I can, just to give their staff a break. Part-time staff, like I said, again, hopefully, I'm very hopeful that we'll be bringing them back for summer because we're starting to look a little bit more like normal. And Keith also already talked about the SWOT analysis, but Nadine and I have been working with the foundation too on the bunny baskets, and we have received a pretty big grant from Whole Foods, which was nice, for $1,600. And then now Meyer just came in with a $1,000 donation. So that project is doing really, really well. I think we're gonna see a bigger profit than our normal bunny breakfast at this point. It might even double what we usually bring in. So the kits were a big hit, and we're doing, I think as of right now, about 25 bunny deliveries as well. So that always helps the bottom line. But that's all I kind of have. I'm gonna send it over to Tammy here, and she can go a little bit more in detail about our programming.
Melissa, before you go, have John ask Fox Valley too, as far as if there's going to be a change with the signals. So we were told that, I don't know if it's more of a Bluetooth but the way the frequency or the way that the fire alarms communicate, and then it'll give access. So I'm assuming it's going to the cloud, access to somebody to actually do more on their phone or a smartphone or iPad down the road. But I think I know we have to budget for that to do that upgrade.
Okay,
I don't know if it's mandatory or it's just new technology.
Okay, great. Yep, I will check in with him on that. Thank you.
Okay, for the rec team report, Krista's been working diligently to get a couple summer interns from the colleges, the local colleges. I think right now we're at 2 applications. So we're looking forward to getting some interns to help us out this summer. On the Special Olympic front, they're continuing to do their virtual sport program. And in February, they offered a traditional and advanced basketball skills competition. Next month, they are offering a track and field program virtually. In addition to those virtual programs, our region has also updated their sports season for the next year. So we're excited about that. We're looking forward to slowly getting back to some competitions here soon. And Region E, our region, also hosted a basketball skills program in February. We're the first one back, I think, and they'll be hosting a bocce skills program in April. So that's kind of what's going on with Special Olympics. We kind of talked about it a little bit, but our rec team worked diligently on our Valentine's Day kits in January and February. We put together and prepared, and we released the kits on Saturday, February 13th from 9 until 1 in the snow. It was pretty good that day. So the kits all included a bag and a book filled with Valentine's themed activities. The activities included pizza making kits sponsored by Aurelio's Pizza, cookie in the jar. We did canvas painting, craft. They did some rock candy experiments. A couple other hands activities were all in there. We had sold out of those kits, like Marie said, in January. So we sold sold 600 kits. And we had a lot of support from the community with sponsorships and stuff. So that was a big success. We had a fun time with doing those. And then getting into like our programs, our virtual programs, we continue to offer a good variety of virtual programs during the month of January and February. On Monday, we had 9 participants in our Wake Up Warm Up virtual program. And we also had 9 in our Travel the World program that day. On Tuesdays, we offered Moving with Mac and Canvas Creation, and we saw about 7 to 9 people in those programs. We continued with our virtual Titans on Tuesdays and Thursdays, where we had a consistent 24 participants attend that program. On Wednesdays, we offered Strength and Conditioning in the morning. We had 7 participants, and then Snack and Chat also had 7 participants regularly. On Thursday, we did a game night program in the evening, and we always saw about 14 people in that virtual program. And then on Friday, we did another workout program, strength and conditioning, with 9 athletes. And then we had lunch bunch, which had about 3 participants each week. We offered 4 special events in February. We did a Valentine's bingo and trivia on February 12th. Had 25 participants in that. The Hawkington activity kit program we offered. So they picked up an activity kit, and then we did a virtual program to help them work through those activities. So we did that on Saturday, February 13th and Sunday. And we had about 6 participants in that program. And the Winter Blues Dance on Friday, February 19th had 17 participants. In-person program, we're excited that as a rec team to be able to bring back the in-person programs in February. So we offered Thunderbolt on Mondays. We had 11 in that program. Strength and conditioning in person, we had 6 in that program. We had basketball skills on Tuesdays where we had 20 participants, which was awesome. We split them up into groups, so we had about six or 8 people in the gym at a time. So we split them up into 3 different sessions. And then we did volleyball skills on Thursday. And then wheelchair basketball small group was on Saturdays, and we had about 15 athletes total during the Saturdays in the gym. We also offered a movie critic in-person program on Friday, February 5th and Friday, February 26th. And now, like Melissa said, the rec team is focusing on extending our program offerings to 14-week sessions in the summer. So we're currently working on our brochure, which we're excited about. Transportation, I'll finish with that. We had minimal use out of their vehicles. We just under 500 miles or so this past month. And the maintenance that we did, we took bus 7 in for safety lane, and they had to replace one of the rear tires because it was flat. And then all the vehicles are up to date on their safety inspections. And that's my report.
All right, is that all the staff reports?
Yes.
Okay. Moving on to finance and personnel, the monthly financial outlook.
Before we get into that, I just wanted to say we had a finance and personnel committee meeting. We had a great series of meetings with Greg, and we we talked about the budget and everything. So I did have budget draft number 1 on there. So in your package, you do have the budget draft just to look at and see in the direction that we have. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know. But that budget does account for all the things that we talked about in the financial and planning meeting, far as the salary survey from LWSRA and where we want to go and the direction we want to go. So we will be putting a proposal together to provide to the board probably next meeting or the following meeting to kind of give that proposal. So we have everything set. Greg, do you guys want to add on that?
Yeah. Go ahead, Greg.
I just wanted to say, and it was part of my comments for the end, but just want to give kudos to Keith. Keith had a lot of great ideas for the budget, and he really took a lot of suggestions from Greg and I. And I know the staff had a lot of input too. So I just want to say that what we've seen so far looks really good. I'm very pleased. I think that when the rest of the commissioners take a look at and have an opportunity to vote, that you're also going to be pretty pleased with the budget. So kudos to Keith, kudos to the staff.
Again, I think to echo that is we're on track. Our budget year begins June 1st. So we look to pass something prior to. Committee's done a series of meetings, so we'll be prepared, I think, next month to start getting the information out. So the rest of the board will have plenty of time to review it. The CPI coming out of the county is either 1.4 or 1.6 right now. Most of the surveys that are coming out are showing 3% increases for cost of living, longevity. So I know our framework, or our what do I want to say, vein of thought right now is that we're looking for 3%, to continue down that road to improve our pay structure. And then we've also done, which that's where Keith had a lot of homework to do, using HR Source as the tool, trying to get our positions so we can, quit losing people, get people to the midpoints. So there's a variety of grade point adjustments on top of those that are going to be recommended. So it's the combination of the two. And I just want to stress for the other board members and, you know, to the public that, I mean, this is not uncommon, but what we're trying to do is get the position. So not the individual where it needs to be in the market. And then on top of that, then reward the individual that has been in that position. So we're probably looking at a 2-year or a 3-year period in order to get that accomplished. But I think it's very doable, and the two are intertwined, the budget and, I mean, personnel. Most of your budget always is personnel, and benefits take up, you know, a majority all the time anyway. So I think we're working those two things back and forth on what's doable and affordable for the district. So so far, great job. And like I said, there'll be plenty of time for everybody to ask questions and review as we move forward.
So monthly financial outlook. Since we started doing this exercise, I really highly enjoyed it doing this of plugging in the actuals and the projected. We are, you know, we're saving where we need to save. We're you know, spending where we need to spend, and we look like we're right on track at the end of the year to you know, not, be in a good position given that we're in COVID, that we're able to bring programs back and get some revenue, and staff are hustling to run these programs has been a great benefit. And you know, the more individuals we get come back, that's just more revenue right now for us, because we are spending that money on our full-time staff anyway. So we would love to have a waiting list of individuals, so we would be forced to bring our staff back or have to make those other decisions. But you know, right now we're not at that point where people are really ready to come back fully like they were before. So, but we are doing good. Revenue, if you look, revenue in the 02 fund is, you know, way up because we were able to capture a couple more people coming to our day programs and our virtual programs and things like that. So, so that's pretty much it. We'll continue on this path. We don't see any. I try to, for March, April, and May, I try to see if, you know, forecast out if there's anything that we're not thinking of that we need, that we, you know, I asked the staff, but we're right there with stuff. So barring any major things that happen that we have to spend any major money, we should be good. And then all the districts have given their member district dues, so that's great, and that helps us out. So we'll go into May, and then that'll be the end of our fiscal year, and then we'll start all over.
Great. Well, thank you, Keith, and thanks, Greg and Greg, for your time and your input to that process. Facilities planning, I don't believe there's a report on that.
No, nothing.
No old business. We do not need executive session, correct?
Correct.
No new business. So then will be director and commissioner comments. I guess I'll open up. First of all, Kirsten, is that how you pronounce your name? Kirsten?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
If you want to take, I'll just give you a minute to introduce yourself.
Okay, well, hi, everybody. Thanks for having me here today. I hear you guys are a great resource and do amazing things, so I was looking forward to meeting you all. I know I have a lot to learn on the programs and what all you guys are offering right now, but I'm local to Wilmington. I've lived here my whole life, so I'm new in the parks role. I come from a construction background, project management, so this is a new role for me, and I do have a lot of experience with budgets and forecasting and things, but learning a little bit more about the Parks and Rec here. Yeah, so I'm excited to meet you all and get involved and see what I can do here in Wilmington.
Well, welcome, and thank you very much. Audrey.
Hello, everyone. Keep up the good work. Lots of hard work. Your endurance is amazing, and I just love the creativity. You even make credit card statements look good with making me drool with Aurelio's and bunt cakes and all that good stuff. So the creativity, the variety, it's just amazing. I know it's tough. Just keep it up. We're closer than we've ever been. So thank you very much, and loved the video. That was a lot of fun. Lots of good creativity with that. So thanks.
Thanks, Audrey. Greg Vitale.
Thank you. I want to first congratulate Keith and tell him once again what a wonderful job he did at the legislative breakfast with the video. I know it's been said before, but I want to make sure that it's definitely said and is on the record for this meeting. For those of you who haven't had a chance to take a look at it, hop on the links on his report. Take a look. It's great. Hope you don't mind, Keith, but I will be showing that at my next board meeting.
I don't.
So the board would love to see something like that. I always like to show things like that and give a little background with that. So great job. Sorry you had some 3 a.m. mornings, but it was well worth it, my friend. Also, I wanted to say that while scrolling Facebook in my 5 minutes of free time that I had in the last couple of weeks, I came across Tammy doing her thing. And I stopped by and watched it for a little bit. So I wanted to give Tammy a shout out and say you were doing a really good job. And, I just happened to be, it was a Facebook Live. I don't know exactly which program it was, but hey, at least somebody's watching it. That's me. And of course, I wanted to welcome Kirsten. So it is a great group. You'll definitely learn a lot, but you'll definitely have a great opportunity to contribute. And I think you'll have a lot of fun in the meantime. So welcome.
Thanks, Greg. Greg Lewis.
Kirsten, welcome aboard. The door's always open or the phone's ready. So if you have any questions, just give me a call. I grew up in Peatone, so we were rivals forever. So I've been in the area my whole life too. So I'll help any way I can. Keith, what a rock star. Just so you guys know, our breakfast, there were 13 or 14 legislators, I'm going to say, in attendance on a Zoom meeting. I think we were at 120 some plus on the Zoom meeting. It was a home run as far as the Joint Legislative Committee goes. When you got legislators talking about the video and the talking points and how South Suburban pivoted during COVID and what it means for the OSLED funds and just funds in general is a huge success. And that's what happened that day. So it took a cast of characters, and there were a lot of characters. Keith was the director, but it pulled it off. And I attended Fox Valley's SRA. They did a great job too. Not to the magnitude that we did, but it was a home run in itself for the location. So it's just very important to get the word out and what's happening besides the normal day-to-day stuff and how important this is for all of us throughout the state of Illinois. So great job. And then, like I said, just the staff in general, everybody pulling together, finding a way to pivot. I mean, it's been awesome. So keep up the good work.
Thanks, Greg. I believe that's everybody. I'll just echo a lot of what's been said. Welcome, Kirsten. We very much welcome you with open arms, and we're here to help if you need it. So just reach out. Thanks, Andrew, for stepping in today for John. Appreciate it. Keith, great job on the video. The breakfast was a huge success. The turnout was great. And to the staff, continue the hard work and dedication that you always do on a daily basis. We very much appreciate it. And, as Audrey said, the stamina is just outstanding and the energy is contagious. So we very much appreciate it. So keep up the good work.
Thank you. I know Barb just joined. Do you want to say anything, Barb?
Yeah, sorry for the delay. We had a family emergency this morning, so it is what it is. So I'll go through all the paperwork, Keith, just if there's anything that I need to know that's not in the paperwork, if you would please just relay that information back to me in my park.
You're the president now.
Oh, okay, cool. Just what I need, just what I need.
That's what happens when you miss.
Just kidding.
Yeah, well, things happen. What can we say?
Well, I just want you guys to know that my team has been phenomenal during this time, and they continue to amaze me and do things. You know, a lot of the stuff that we're able to do is because of them, and you know, so they're really good. They make me look good. You know, Tom makes me look great. You know, the video was awesome, but he put we call it Crossify. He put the Crossify touches on it to make it look better. That's what we do here. We make things happen. I remember from the first day, like I was like, oh, this is what we need to do, and we have the talents to do it here, and we make things happen and we get things done. I thank you guys for giving us the freedom and the all of the support that we need to get things done here, and we're looking to get into your towns a little bit more and do things and find those participants that aren't being serviced, because we know what they're out there, and we're going to just keep continuing to provide great services for those individuals. So even out in Peatone, where there's few, in Wilmington, we got ideas. We just have to get out there and really hit the pavement, and we need the support of the park district to do that. So when park parties come and all of that, we need that support, because that drives participations once they see that we're out there and we're in the community and we're doing things. So I'm excited for the future.
Very good. All right. Can we have a motion for adjournment, please?
I'll make that motion. Greg Lewis.
I'll second. Greg Vitale.
All right, Mary, we're gonna need a roll call since we're on Zoom.
Okay. All right. Greg Lewis,
Yes.
Audrey,
Yes.
Barb,
Yes.
Greg Vitale. Greg Vitale, you're muted.
Yes.
Thank you. Kirsten, I'm sorry I was calling you Kristen.
Okay.
Kirsten.
Yes, yes.
Okay. Jay,
Yes.
motion passed.
All right, everybody. It's great seeing all of you. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you all soon.
All right. Thank you.
Take care, everyone.
Keith, I'll be back next month.
All
If we're in
right.
person.
If
we're in
it
person.
if it snows, you still gonna be back?
But I might not come out.
All right.
Okay,
Sounds
bye.
good.